Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you all know, with millions of players around the world, Rise of Kingdom is probably one of the most popular internet games globally. So every day there are new players into this game, and if you are just a new beginner that have no idea what to do to be stronger in this game, this video is just for you. First of all, my first advice is not to do what the advertisement said. So let's start. Before anything, you must know that Rise of Kingdom is based on real life. It's based on real time, which means all the plan, the schedule, the fight will based on the real time in the real life. So the first thing to mention is that your civilization. At the start of the game, when you have just downloaded the game, you have just opened it, and they will ask you to choose a civilization. As for now, I'm choosing Germany, which is great. But when you are a new player with no experience, then it is your only choice to choose China. First of all, China gives you Sun Tzu, which is the best epic commanders in this whole game. Then China also increases your building speed by 5%. You might see this and say, no, it's not big at all. I want to go to Viking, I want to go to Egypt. But remember that when you are at the early stage of the game, it is important to upgrade your buildings as soon as possible, especially the city hall. The higher level the city hall is, the more amount of troops you can bring to the battlefield. Next, you must always be active. Always be active on the first 3 or 4 days of the game. You must always find buildings to build, a technology to research, and always train the troops. Keep them busy, because when you are at the early stage, it is important to upgrade your power so that you won't be overwhelmed by other players. And also, a little trick for you is that do not make research on economic technology so soon. You see, there is something called a scout camp, which will explore the fog, and then in the fog you'll find tribal villages and caves. Villages might give you some of the early economic technology. They are really worth it, but it is great to reduce the amount of resources you need in the early game, to focus on training and to focus on building. The next we mention is about these resources. You see, now I have 9 million wood food, 20 million wood, 60 million stone, 26 million gold. You might see this and then, wow, you have a lot of resources. But no, when you are a completely beginner that you just started this game, this is a huge amount. But you see, the later the game is, the more resources it is required to be good at this game. For example, you can see a fight can cost like 10 million, 20 million, 30 million food, wood, and stone just to heal the troops that are wounded in the fight. So when you are at the early game, it is important to farm all the days. For example, when you are tired, you don't want to play anymore, find a logging camp, find a cropland, find a stone deposit to farm, and then you have to be timing. You have the timing so that you know that, for example, 26 seconds later this march will come back, and 26 seconds later you have to log in so that you will bring your troops to another cropland, to another good land, to another stone deposit. This way you have enough resources for all the buildings, researching, and trainings in your early game. The next to be mentioned is also a special resource, which is the gem. You see, gem is the most exotic the rarest, and the most precious resource in this whole game. Gems, with gems you can upgrade your VIP, your VIP. I mean, you can play with play some event. You can spin the wheels. You can break the egg, whatever. But so the more gems you have, the more powerful your account will be. Why is that? In the early game, you will see that you have to focus to develop your VIP level to level 6 as soon as possible, so that you will unlock the second building queue. At the early stage, it is important to have your buildings be upgraded as soon as possible, and a second building queue is just great. You can see that in the shop and in the early game they will give you this item, which is the builder recruitment, which will activate the second building queue for 2 days only. VIP 6 can permanently unlock the second building queue. That is just great. And what next is that after VIP 6, your target will be VIP number 9. This might seem weird, as many other YouTubers say that your target will be VIP level 14. But if you are a free-to-play player, VIP 9 is great enough for KVK 1 and KVK 2. No, not good for KVK 2, but it is obviously enough for pre-KVK 1 and KVK 1. Why is that? Because in KVK 1 there are only gold key commanders and G Song G. So, and during that time, Sun Tzu, Baibars, John, and Joan of Arc are good enough. You don't have to use all the Charles Martel or the G Song G to be overpowered at KVK number 1. Then after VIP number 9, then your target could finally be VIP number 14. First of all, why is that? Because VIP number 14 gives you 3 general legendary commander sculptures. Later on, at KVK 2, KVK 3, in Season of Conquest, then it is especially important to keep up to date. You will have to use Liu Jing, you have to use Joan of Arc Prime, you have to use Arthur Pendragon. This is a new one actually. You have to use Zulian. You have to use Belisarius Prime, not quite. You have to use Scipio Africanus Prime. You will have to use many other things. And at that time, the fastest way to upgrade the skill level is by giving them the general sculptures. You can't wait until Wheel of Fortune to spend your gems on it and take like 5 commander sculptures back. No, that's not a way. So, if you want to be a long-term player that will have a head start at KVK 3 and so on, then it is important to save up your legendary commanders, your legendary commander sculptures. And speaking of that, you will see that at the start of the game, the only legendary commanders you can have are like Charles Martel, Kim Song-duk, Cao Cao, Mulan, Megman, and Cleopatra, Thutmose, Frederick. You might see Charles Martel in the early game and then you say, wow, he is so overpowered. He has a shield, he has buff, he has counter attack. So powerful, I want to upgrade him. No, I mean, if you're a boss, if you are a wealthy player, you spend a lot of money in this game, okay, that's your choice. But for free-to-play and medium spenders, it is not a choice. You see, after 5, 6, or even 7 years, no, the game is not for 7 years, but after a long amount of time, then you will have enough sculptures for upgrade your Charles Martel, for upgrade your Cao Cao from this tavern, and they are completely free. So instead of that, save up. You can spend your sculptures on Yi Song Ji, on Alexander the Great, but not on Gold Keys Commander. Then what next to be mentioned is that you will need to upgrade your city hall. First of all, to level 16. Why level 16? Because at that level you will unlock this blacksmith. Later on, in the late game, a good commander is not enough. If you have a good commander with expertise skill, then it might be seems good to you, but but at Season of Conquest, everyone will have at least a pair or 2 pairs, 3 pairs, some 5, 6 or 7 pairs of commanders. Then what will significantly improve your power is the blacksmith and the equipment. You see, this legendary equipment is great, but in the early game, when your hall just hit level 16, you will have to have some of this equipment to not be overwhelmed by other player. Then your next target could be level 21, because at level 21 you will unlock tier 4 unit. I haven't talked about this, but in Rise of Kingdom there are 5 tiers of troops. Tier 1, which is the worst, to be honest. They are weak, they are not strong enough. Then there are tier 2, there's tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5. The higher the tier is, the stronger the troop is. I have to say nothing about this. So, if you unlock tier 4 and you are free to play player, just like myself, it is good enough to have tier 4 as your main unit. I haven't even unlocked tier 5. They're too expensive. They're too expensive to have. They're too expensive to train. Too expensive to heal. So, and tier 4 is actually good enough. They cost less to train, cost less to heal, and it is actually good enough for Season of Conquest. And yeah, and at the start of the game, don't waste your speed ups on training tier 1 troops, because they are just so weak. Instead, use all of your general speed up for buildings, at least until you are City Hall level 25. Then, if you unlock a new tier troops, don't waste your speed up to upgrade the whole tier 1 unit to tier 2. So for example, I'll disband this. So now I can upgrade this tier 2 to tier 4. But in the early game, do not do that. Do not upgrade tier 1 to tier 2. Do not upgrade tier 2 to tier 3. Instead, train more troops. The more troops you have, the stronger your army will be. So, I think that's actually everything you need to. Oh yes, and another thing. Use your gem. Yeah, I said about this, but still, use your gem correctly. And at the start of the game, you might not want to fight. You see, now I am not strong, but maybe enough for some fight. But when you just start the game, don't be so aggressive. You might see a lot of governors surrounding you. Maybe they are just farming with barbarians. Maybe they're just hanging with the croplands, and you want to hit them. No, don't do that. This is a game, a friendly game, and probably no one is gonna hit you if you don't hit them first. Be stable and develop sustainable. Do not make other people mad at you. And yes, one of the most important things that I've not yet said is your alliance. You see, at the start of the game, an alliance is not much making a difference. But if you join an alliance, you will receive helps, which greatly reduce the amount needed for technology researches and for buildings. Without an alliance, you will completely lonely and be a target for everyone else. It is not important to get into a stronger alliance at first, because they will be very competitive, and if you are a free-to-play player, if you have no experience yet, then it is okay and it is actually better to join a medium alliance to develop your abilities to communicate with people and to have some experience. Do not fight at first sight. It is a deadly strategy to your account. So, yeah, and the island center is also something to be considered upgrading as soon as possible. Probably aside from the city hall, the island center is the most important structure in your whole city. The stronger your island center is, the higher your island center is, the stronger amount, the more amount of times you can be helped is made. For example, at level 1 I can only receive 5 helps, but now I have a city hall. I have my island center at level 13, at level 25. I can receive help by 13, and that is awesome. So, I think that probably everything for this video. It is not completely full, and you might have to experience more to know some more tricks to suit with your playing style. But I think that is good enough for this video. And yeah, play this game peacefully. At first, do not peacefully in the late of the game, but when you are starter, enjoy this game. Remember that this is just a game, and game is just about enjoyment. So be friendly with everyone. You can make great friendship in this game. I make like 10,000 of friends during my entire time playing this game. So this is a good game for you. If you're a if you're a new player and you think yourself and you see yourself a weak one, don't be collapse. I mean, I am the weak one. No one at Season of Conquest have 35 millions power. They all have 50, 60, 70. I am probably one of the weakest in the kingdom right now. That is because I didn't watch anything. I didn't know anything before starting this game. I just go on and play with no one to help, with no islands to help, and I have been zero like 30 times in the early games when I don't even know how to fight with other people. So this video is made so that you will learn from my own mistake. My mistake is that I didn't upgrade VIP enough. I didn't upgrade my I even spent a ton of gems spending on merchant on this thing, yeah, on a merchant on the courier station for this. That is so shit. And yeah, I made this video so that new players wouldn't have the same mistake that I made. So I think that's it. Develop faster in this game, play friendly, be friendly with people, enjoy your game. Goodbye. Thank you. And also subscribe for me. I love you all.